Hello all, and welcome to tonight's review, which is a very special review because, why is it a very special review? Because this is the first review that I am doing of a non-alcoholic beverage. Well, technically, it's a non-alcoholic beverage, but more on that later. Why am I doing a non-alcoholic beverage? Well, because of my job hours right now, it's getting harder and harder for me to drink beer and still keep up the intense workload that I have. Intense in regards to time and labor in certain respects. So, honestly, I'd like to go and keep on reviewing things, but I need to review things that don't impact my work performance so much, and my sleep performance as well. So, just for health reasons. Technically, I suppose I did review something that was non-alcoholic earlier, that Belgian Simois tobacco. Those of you interested might roll back a couple years and find the review for that. So what am I reviewing today? Well, I am reviewing a shrub. What is a shrub? Am I going to be reviewing a small plant? No, I am not going to be reviewing a small ornamental garden plant. No, I am talking about this grapefruit shrub from Kaimuki Superette, which is a store/restaurant in Kaimuki here in Hawaii. It's on a town side. I was in town side recently for my interview, so I decided to go and stop by there and pick this up because I had seen it posted on their Instagram a while back, and it piqued my interest. An old friend of mine is a general manager there. I don't get to see her much, but it's always nice to go and stop by when I'm on that side of town and pick something up. And so I decided to go and pick this up and do a review of it. So what is a shrub? Well, on the back here, this is grapefruit shrub. Ingredients say grapefruit, sugar, vinegar, and colored by hibiscus. 1:4 suggested ratio, 1 shrub to 4 soda. So, vinegar. Why am I going to be drinking vinegar? Well, long story. Shrub comes from the Arabic sharab, if my memory serves me correctly, and if Wikipedia is correct. And basically, it was a method of preserving fruit juices in the age before early refrigeration. So juice would obviously go bad if it wasn't refrigerated, and mixing it with vinegar was a way of preserving it, pickling juices, more or less. Though there's not salt in this, so it's not true pickle, which involves brining. But, technically pickling juices, you're using vinegar to preserve something. And it was often mixed with soda water or cocktails, especially, bootleg gin, because bootlegged liquor tastes horrible. And this was a way of, masking up bad liquor with something that had a very intense and pleasant flavor. So, why don't we get down to business with this, shall we? Smell off the bottle is, of course, fairly intense, vinegary, and yet fruity and sweet at the same time. Okay. I found that I like this a little bit more diluted than 1:4, because, as you guys know, I have a sensitive palate. I'm going to be adding some ice to this. Yes, I had ice right next to my computer. I really need to refill this thing. And finally, the soda water. See? Well, it's kind of floating on top of it, so let's go and stir this up a little bit. And yes, I'm using a fork to stir it up. Didn't have that problem last time because I didn't use ice. I'm guessing the ice prevented normal sort of separation there by taking the brunt of the soda water. Got a little bit left here. Let's go and just top it off, so I don't have any of this soda water left. Now it's a little bit more diluted than 4-to-1, but like I said, this is how I prefer it, as my taste buds are a little bit on the sensitive side. So you probably want it a little bit more thick. So what does it taste like? The primary notes are of vinegar, grapefruit, and interestingly, a sweet finish mixed with sort of vinegary aftertaste on the tongue. Now, some people might say, well, that doesn't sound very good, but when it's diluted and when sugar is added, along with fresh fruit essence, it actually comes across as quite pleasant. And it is interesting to be doing a review where I'm not getting like, So, refreshing drink like this, obviously it is what it is. It has the essence of vinegar and grapefruit, obviously a bit of an acidic punch there. If you like acid, you know, definitely a thing to try. It goes well with its sweetness here, kind of cuts it. Now, what else can you have this with soda besides soda water? Well, some people like it with straight water. I prefer effervescence, hence why I mostly do a lot of beer reviews. I do like my effervescent drinks. I would like to get a chance to go and review some birch sodas and, you know, those other rather obscure soda pops that you don't see around much anymore. And I'm going to try to scour the various marketplaces of this island to go and find and review them for you. Add a little variety into this channel here for all of my viewers. So, but I digress. What else would this be? Well, while I was drinking it the first time, I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice to have this with, say, a kolehau, Hawaiian kolehau. So, think in terms of, you know, the review I did a while back of a kolehau, which is a Hawaiian tea liquor. Using this, which is made in Hawaii, with a liquor made in Hawaii, Hawaiian moonshine, and probably using a homemade ginger beer to go and top it off with. So maybe about 1 part this, 1 part, you know, for a nice about this much of the Shrub, and this much of the kolehau, and then top off with homemade ginger beer. And you'd have a very nice tropical cocktail there. And something that would be, if you're into that, completely locavore. Well, and that kind of goes in and tops off my ideas so far of cocktails. As you kind of notice, I don't really go in for cocktail beverages. I generally drink my whiskey straight, so, you know, I thought of one neutral, well, I wouldn't say a kolehau is truly a neutral liquor, but, you know, one thing that I have enjoyed mixed quite a bit, and a kolehau is the one that would go well with this. I would probably go and try it with the Tahitian lime variety, which I may or may not review, chance is willing. So, I am going to enjoy this nice, non-alcoholic, soft beverage, and the clear-headedness that will accompany me into sleep in the next couple of hours, and I will wake up refreshed instead of somewhat groggy. Because I'm going to need that. Tomorrow's a 12-hour shift. Well, if you live in Hawaii, definitely go down to Kaimuki Superette and get yourself a bottle of this, and probably go and pick up a little bit of food, too. I would like to get there when they have the ulu on sale, which is ulu being breadfruit for those of you not from Hawaii, because I love breadfruit. Unfortunately, I don't make it down to Townside much, mainly because I work a lot. Most of these reviews are made in the middle of the night, which is about pretty much the only time I am not asleep or not working. Okay, folks, that is your review for tonight. Cheers.